Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to start off this broadcast, this quick intro regarding a revelation that was given to me many, many years ago when I was younger. And it was regarding uh, Iran and the close ties. The Lord revealed to me that, and this is going back when I was younger and before way before the Iran nuclear deal went down, that Russia and Iran will have a very, very secret alliance with one another, a very secret alliance with one another, and that they will give them technology and help them out in their weapons program. And I just wanted to tell you that I've kept that personal and have not disclosed that. It's sealed in an envelope that it is old and tattered now. It's so many years old, but so help me, it's the truth. I felt that it was time to disclose that now. And as the years have gone by, it has proven right, and everything that the Lord revealed to me, that and much, much more, has turned out to be a lot of it has come true thus far. I'm not saying I'm a prophet by no stretch of imaginations. I'm just saying sometimes the Lord reveals secrets to individuals. Uh, and here comes the broadcast right away. Thank you so much for watching. And here comes the broadcast. Welcome everybody to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. We just had a little personal intro just a second ago. Some personal deep-hearted feelings that was revealed to me by the Lord many, many years ago. Many, many years before the Iran nuclear deal went down. And I went to Israel and prayed over that revelation. And I kept it quiet for so many years. I thought I'd give a little example or a little taste of what was revealed to me. And I don't think I'd be doing justice to people if I didn't reveal what was revealed to me. So help me, it's the truth. The point of this video is, Israel is the apple of God's eyes. There's no question about it. Israel is the apple of God's eyes. And the United States has a moral obligation and a spiritual obligation to protect Israel at all costs. The Jewish people has given us Jesus, Mary, Joseph, the apostles, the Bible. We owe them for everything spiritually. And what they gave us spiritually, we should help out in physical means. Now, again, I revealed some revelation that was made to me I was younger at the time, but it's the truth. And part of it was the revelation of Russia and Iran having a very, very secret alliance with one another. Very, very, very secret alliance with one another. And now, today on the news, and it should be following this broadcast right now, Trump and his administration are starting to put sanctions, tough sanctions, rightfully so, on Iran. I'm not saying Netanyahu of Israel is perfect, but I'm not saying he's a perfect man. He's a human being. He's an imperfect man. But he is right about one thing, that Iran is on their doorstep in Syria, and they have to be gotten rid of. And even if they were in Iran, they're still a threat with their missile capabilities, their secret programs, the special op program, if you know what I'm talking about, that Israel went into Iran and abstracted some information, some very important top secret information about the true intentions of Iran. And I think that was part of the deal of canceling the Iran nuclear deal. I think that had something to do with it. That's my own personal opinion. I don't know for sure, but I think it has something to do with that. But following this, I'm going to show you the videos of the sanctions that we're now starting to put in place to get Iran in line where they cannot have any weapons of mass destruction, any fast striking missile capabilities to hit or be a threat to Israel or anybody else for that matter. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I would not be doing my job if I did not tell you that the reason the United States is blessed is because we helped formed Israel in 1948. It was the United States that declared them as a state, a sovereign state. And the Holy One of Israel was watching down and moving upon the earth at the time and moved people's hearts to make that happen without a doubt. But we are indebted to the Israeli people, and we have a right to protect them. And the videos are coming up right now. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you so much. If you want to subscribe and be a subscriber to Jerusalem's Gate, we're a slow growing, but we are growing Christian news network. We report the news as accurately and as fair and as fast as possible. If you'd like to subscribe, just click the red button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen and you'll be a subscriber. Or you can wait until the very, very end of the video and you'll see a picture of me in Israel, and you can click that and you'll be a subscriber. So I hope you do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and here comes the video I was talking about. Amen.
The Trump administration is outlining the terms of a proposed new nuclear deal with Iran. America's top diplomat is threatening what he calls the strongest sanctions in history if Iran does not comply. Iran is predictably dismissive. Correspondent Rich Edson has specifics from the State Department tonight.
The United States will implement an aggressive campaign to economically isolate and punish Iran.
These will indeed end up being the strongest sanctions in history when we are complete.
Borrowing a tactic and even a name from the administration's North Korea policy, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo promises an historic pressure campaign against Iran. State Department officials say they will continue working with allies to create a global coalition to counter Iran. Secretary Pompeo also warned companies from allied countries conducting business with Iran that the United States would penalize them if they continued working with Iran. All part of what the administration says is a robust strategy to address Iran's behavior beyond nuclear activity.
We will track down Iranian operatives and their Hezbollah proxies operating around the world, and we will crush them. Iran will never again have carte blanche to dominate the Middle East.
Pompeo listed a dozen U.S. demands. Among them, Iran must abandon its nuclear work in perpetuity, provide international inspectors unqualified access, halt its ballistic missile program, release detained Americans, and end support for Middle East militant groups. In exchange, the secretary says the U.S. would lift sanctions and welcome Iran's return to the global economy. In response, Iran's foreign minister tweeted, quote, U.S. diplomacy sham is merely a regression to old habits, imprisoned by delusions and failed policies, dictated by corrupt special interest. It repeats the same wrong choices and will thus reap the same ill rewards. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, speaking just ahead of Secretary Pompeo, says a larger agreement addressing all of Iran's aggressive behavior won't be very easy to achieve in a reasonable time. Brett?
Rich Edson at the State Department. Rich, thank you.
The U.S. has vowed to impose the strongest sanctions in history on Iran. The news comes less than 2 weeks after President Trump pulled out of the landmark 2015 nuclear agreement with the country.
The sting of sanctions will be painful if the regime does not change its course from the unacceptable and unproductive path it has chosen to one that rejoins the League of Nations. These will indeed end up being the strongest sanctions in history when we are complete.
When Trump withdrew from the nuclear deal, Iranian lawmakers reacted by burning an American flag. The latest announcement, one Iranian official said, was proof the U.S. is seeking regime change in Tehran.
We understand that our reimposition of sanctions and the coming pressure campaign on the Iranian regime will pose financial and economic difficulties for a number of our friends. Indeed, it imposes economic challenges to America as well. These are markets our businesses would love to sell into as well. And we want to hear their concerns. But we will hold those doing prohibited business in Iran to account.
EU leaders have vowed to keep the nuclear deal alive, but new US sanctions could affect European businesses if companies that trade or otherwise engage with Tehran are penalized. At risk, Airbus and its US competitor Boeing. Several major international energy companies are also likely to be affected.